Hey y'all, I just came back this morning from going to Sam's Club and I picked up a rotisserie chicken like I always do there. And did y'all know that today, June the 2nd, is Rotisserie Chicken Day nationally? I know. Who knew, right? I know. I just thought that was a little bit of silly trivia in there. I would have done it anyway. I just happened to pick one up at Sam's. And I thought I would throw together I call it easy cheesy chicken and spaghetti because we're using a rotisserie chicken and not boiling our chicken, and I've done that many times in the past. Because I need to mow today. It stopped raining and the wind's blowing and the sun's come out and my grass is about this tall, and y'all know how bahia grass does. It starts seeding out and looking really in your yard. So and of course we've got bahia in our yard because we've got bahia in our pasture. So it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I want to show you some things that you're going to need. I'm going to put this casserole together and then I can go out and mow and everything, and before I decide to maybe get a bath and get cleaned up this evening or late this afternoon, I can just slide it in the oven and it's ready to bake, and that's wonderful to me. Yes, it is. I'm sorry I hit my microphone. I'm so sorry. So these are some things. You need a rotisserie chicken that I'm going to debone and chop. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to need some chicken broth, and usually I'll use about a cup to a cup and a half. That's just going to depend on how juicy or how not you like it. You know, that's on you. That depends on you. I'm going to need the juice of a fresh lemon. If you don't have a fresh lemon and you have some of that in your refrigerator, that juice concentrate, absolutely use that. I have many times. I'm going to need a can of cream of mushroom and a can of cream of celery. And if you don't like cream of mushroom or cream of celery, you can do 2 cream of mushroom or 2 cream of celery, or you could even add a cream of chicken. So kind of make it your own, what you like. But these two lends very good flavor to it. John doesn't like mushrooms, but he doesn't mind that in there because it's just a flavor, and it's just tiny little tidbits of mushrooms here and there, and you really don't see it. It looks like chicken, really. And we're going to need this. I love this seasoning blend. This makes it my easy, cheesy chicken spaghetti because it's already chopped celery, chopped onion, chopped bell pepper. It's got some parsley in there, and it's even got red bell pepper along with the green bell pepper. So I love this little shortcut. I'm going to use 2 packages of this. I find this, some of you have trouble finding it. I find it in the freezer section, of course, at Brookshire's, Walmart, Big Star. And it's just near all the other vegetables, and it's in the freezer section. So it's called Seasoning Blend, and this is a 10-ounce package, and I'm going to need 2 of these. It's 283 grams, and so you're going to need 2 packages thawed, so we can saute that in a little bit of butter and a little bit of olive oil. And we do need some Velveeta cheese. Now, I bought, a lot of times I'll do this, and it's just a pound. It's going to be half of this 2-pound block. But a lot of times I'll buy the Velveeta with the jalapenos already chopped in there, and I just use a block of that I chop up and put in there at the end. But this time I found these at Sam's, and I was so excited. These are crispy fried jalapenos. They remind you of the little crispy fried onions that you put on a green bean casserole, that traditional thing. These are so good. I mean, so good. They're so good to eat right out of the bag. I'm not joking with you. They're delicious. They're big old green pieces of jalapeno fried. They're very, very good and spicy. So because I have these that I'm going to sprinkle on the top, which would make it really crispy, plus a nice little bite, I'm not going to do the cheese with the jalapeno in it, but you could. Or if you don't have the cheese with jalapeno, you can chop a jalapeno and put in there, or you can leave it unspicy all you want to. Or one more thing, guys, you could put a can of RO-TEL tomatoes with the jalapenos and the green chilies in it, and I've done this many times. It's very, very good in there too. But because of today that I have these jalapenos to put on top, I'm going to leave that out. You could do both if you wanted to be honest about it. Seriously, you could. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to scoop my stuff to the side. I just want to show you what all you needed. I may have picked everything up, or I may not. We are going to put some cheddar cheese with our jalapeno, fried jalapenos on the top to melt on our, I'm going to put it in a casserole dish. Sometimes I'll just make this up and totally leave it in the pot on the stove and you just dip you some out. But today I thought I would go on and pre-pour it in a casserole dish and top it with cheese and jalapeno crispies, because I'm going to bake it later in the oven. And we're down in my canning kitchen, and I will take this up to the house today. So first thing I'm doing, guys, is I'm just getting my chicken out. I love these little rotisserie chickens, dearly love them. I'm just going to go on and remove all the skin off of it, and I'm going to remove all my chicken after that, and I'm going to chop my chicken. And the next time we come back over here on here with y'all, I'll be over by the stove with y'all, so y'all can see how I just put this together. It's so fast and it's so good, and it's comforting, really is very comforting. Is there anything I want to tell y'all before we get off of here? Oh, well, I know y'all see my lovely little hair today. I know. Before I left for Sam's, I got in there. I had me a new straightening iron that I got from my hair fairy, Christy, her recommendation. Thank you, Christy, and I love it. And it straightened my hair so nice and smooth. And I headed off to Sam's, and it was cloudy, and it was acting like it was going to rain, and it did. Oh, yes, it did. And let's see, it rained on me getting in there. Well, then when you get out, you're having to unload. And you know, when you go to Sam's, you get, I mean, if you're buying toilet tissue, you're buying this much toilet tissue, you know. So you've got a bunch of things to load into your vehicle. So by the time I got through doing that, I looked like a drowned rat. I literally looked like a drowned rat. My hair, I was laughing. I looked in the mirror in my car. It was just sopping wet. Like I just stepped in the shower for a while with my clothes on. So needless to say, by the time I got here and I've gotten unloaded and changed my wet clothes, put on my mowing clothes, and the sun's come out, you see my hair, it dried just curly, curly, curly. It looks like I did nothing with it, but I'm about to mow and have to wash it all over again. So I said, you know what? Y'all don't care if I hop on here with my hair sticking everywhere. I know you don't. I know you don't. So I decided I'd get on here anyway and not take the time to re-straighten my hair. That would just be silly, wouldn't it? I know it. I know it. I agree. I do. But I just thought, why did I even bother before I went off shopping at Sam's, right? I know it. Okay, guys, I've gotten my breast off of there, and on the back of this backbone, there's something that's called the oyster of the chicken, and it's right here on this backbone. It's this little oyster piece of meat. It is one of my favorite. It has so much flavor, so don't leave out those little oysters. Here's the backbone. Here's the neck. You go down to the tail, or the parson's nose as we call it. Right here above that, right where your thighs are, there he is, right here on this back, this oyster, and it's kind of shaped like an oyster. I guess that's why it's called an oyster. See it up close, how it's kind of shaped like an oyster? Full of flavor. So be sure and get that off that back before you discard it. You can boil this and make you some chicken stock. I'm going to pre-use chicken stock because I am ready to get outside and get mowing. It's supposed to rain again, so I'm basically trying to just mow in between rains and not get stuck in my yard, because yes, I have done that many times. Yes, I have. Last year I decided I was going to mow along the fence rows inside the pasture, and it was a wet day and it was soggy, and I got stuck, and my mower went under, the fender of my mower went under the barbed wire, and I couldn't get it out. I was stuck, and the more I would fight with that mower, the deeper I would go under the barbed wire. It got over the fender down into my wheel of my back of my mower. It was a mess, and I didn't want, John was off working, of course, but I didn't want to just stop mowing and call him and get him to do it later. I was like, I mean, you got into this mess, we need to figure out how to get out of it. So I went and got the side by side, and I had to go find me some chains somewhere, and I couldn't find chains, so I found me a lasso rope and roped to it and pulled it a bit, and then my lasso popped, of course. I knew it would, but I was going to try it anyway. And I worked and worked. I found me some more rope, and eventually I did get unstuck and was able to finish mowing. So That was my lesson of learning. If it's wet, don't mow along your fence row, or not along mine, because I made a mess. Yes, I did. But I got out and I finished mowing, and I fixed it right by my little lonesome. Yes, I did. That's what we got to try to do, huh? Make it on our own. My hubby works off, and he works hard, and I don't want him coming home to messes. And me saying, well, I got this stuck, and I broke that, and I did this. I have weed-eated it into water lines now that were spewing everywhere, but I did cut the water off, and then I was like, I'm sorry, and can y'all fix the water line? At least I'm trying to do, right? I guess. Guys, I've sat here yakking with y'all, and I've just about finished deboning this chicken. And so I'm going to get it chopped, and I'm going to wash my hands really good. And then I'm going to get us all over here by the stove, and we're going to get this together so we can get outside and get to mowing. I'll turn my heat on to about medium heat, okay? Just enough so we can saute those veggies for us. I've got a tablespoon of butter that's already melting down in there. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil. And if you only want to put olive oil, that's good. And if you only want to put butter, that's good. Any kind of oil you want to use is going to be good. Yes, it is. Alright. And on that medium heat, I had those seasoned vegetables, those 2 packages. I had them draining here. You see they had a little bit of water because they were frozen. You want to chop fresh vegetables? You certainly can, but that's not going to be my easy cheesy, is it? Chicken and spaghetti. But you can, because I have many times. Yes, I have. Trying to figure out what I'm going to cook with. It's a non-stick pan. I got this from Pampered Chef, and many of you asked whenever I cook in this where I got it. It was from Pampered Chef, but it was a few years back, and honestly, I don't think they actually still offer this pan. But with Pampered Chef, anything they offer, or they don't any longer offer, they usually have something else comparable to it. One time, y'all, I said something about Pampered Chef, and somebody came on there and said, excuse me, but are you selling Pampered Chef? Because if you are, not all of us can afford that, and blah blah blah. Just went on this long thing blasting me, and I thought, geez Louise, except her name wasn't Louise. Bless her heart. I was just letting everybody know where I got stuff. So I said, no ma'am, I'm not selling Pampered Chef. I was just saying where I got it, because I knew people would want to know. Honestly, I shouldn't even bother answering back, but sometimes I think maybe if I'm nice back, they'll calm down a little bit, huh? Just calm down a little bit, just a little bit. Okay guys, just let these go just a few minutes. Y'all hear them sizzling already? Ooh, it smells wonderful already, and we've just gotten started. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, y'all, I've let these go close to 5 minutes. You want to make sure your vegetables are good and soft. So anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes ought to work. And again, what I was telling y'all, if you want to chop your celery and your bell pepper and your onion, I do a cup of celery, a cup of bell pepper, and a cup of onion, or about 1 onion, 1 or 2 bell peppers, like a green and a red, and put some dried parsley, about a tablespoon of dried parsley. So no specific recipe, just kind of make it your own, because I've chopped the veggies many times, but we want to do this quick. And I'm going to put 2 cups of chicken broth. This is chicken stock, but you can use chicken broth. That's all I had was chicken stock. But you can use chicken broth all the same. Like I say, I boiled my chickens many a time. I'm going to turn this up on high because I want to get it boiling. That's not going to be near enough to do all of my noodles, so I'm going to do another cup. A lot of times I use egg noodles. That was 3 cups, and then I'm going to have half, about 3.5 cups I had used out of this thing before, so that's why I didn't have 4 cups. But the reason why I don't want to just put a ton of water to cook my noodles in, because that's what we're about to do, is because I want that liquid to stay in there. So you know, I can't drain that out. I want it to stay in there for flavor. So I just put about 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. It's going to depend on how much pasta you put in there. And I'm going to put 2 12-ounce packages, or 2 340-gram packages of spaghetti. A lot of times I love to use egg noodles. Y'all know the little ones, egg noodles that are kind of shaped like a waving flag. It's a little rectangle. I love those in here. And I just didn't have them today, and I was kind of just digging in my pantry to see what I could make, so I'm making spaghetti noodles. But like I say, I love to use the egg noodles, and one time I'll do that, and I'll do it from homemade. I'll chop all my vegetables with y'all as well, but it tastes just as good, honestly. Either way, it does. These are about to come, this is about to come up to a boil. Maybe if I put the lid on it, it'll get rolling a little quicker for us. Got us a nice little rolling boil going on here, and I'm going to take my 2 packages of spaghetti, and I am going to break them in half. Is what I'm going to do. Since I'm going to put this in a casserole dish, I believe I'm going to snap them in half. I know that is against the rules when it comes to pasta. I know it is. Let's see here, y'all. Get the rest of these snapped in half. And y'all see this barely is going to cover our pasta, but I don't want to have to drain it because I want to keep all that chicken broth. So just going to keep working this around in there and letting these cook for maybe 5 minutes, okay? And I'll be back. It's just been about 5-6 minutes. Y'all see how they're nice and soft, but they're not overdone. They've still got a good bite to them. And that's what I'm a-wanting. So I'm going to start adding my stuff. This is my can of cream of mushroom. Yeah. And at this point, it depends on how juicy you want it or how unjuicy you want it. Okay, guys? So, if you want to add more stock, chicken broth or chicken stock, you certainly can. I may add a little bit more. That was my can of cream of celery. And let me give y'all some measurements if y'all are writing right now. This cream of celery is 10.5 ounces or 298 grams. I think I'm reading that right. I promise I'll put it in the recipe. And this is 10.5 ounces or 200, I think it says 298 or 288 grams. But anyway, y'all know those regular little cans. This is a little 4-ounce jar of diced pimentos. And I do leave the juice in there because that's more flavor. So why not? I see right now I'm going to put me about another cup of chicken broth. Or water if you want to. You might could even put a little milk if you wanted to. You're going to make it work for yourself is what you're going to do. Isn't this looking good already, even without our chicken? Yes, you could make this a vegetarian one. You could put chopped mushrooms, like chopped portobellos or baby portobellos. What are those, creminis? You could do that with no chicken, but we are going to eat some chicken. John Murray's eating this for supper, so y'all know I've got to have some chicken in here. Alright guys, I'm turning the heat off now that I'm stirring it around. Some things I do to finish it is to squeeze this lemon in here. Be sure and not get any of those lemon seeds in there, and this just brightens the whole dish. Just brightens it up. Yes, it does. There we are. And I'm going to put some fresh pepper, ground pepper in there if you want. If you don't, that's perfectly fine too. John and I won't. Yes, we do. And I'm going to give this a stir around. It's looking really good. I'm going to turn my fire down to low so nothing will burn. I'm going to put in here my 1 pound of VELVEETA, Mine's plain because I'm putting some of those crispy fried jalapenos on top. I love this little spaghetti tool right here because it's silicone, so it doesn't scratch my non-stick cooking pan here. And it happens to be Pampered Chef too, but you can get others that are not Pampered Chef. For those that wonder, am I trying to sell Pampered Chef? Because I'm not. I'm just saying. I gotta put my chicken. I'm not trying to sell Pampered Chef too. How about that? How about that? All my chicken goes in here. Y'all see what a big casserole this makes. Big. If this is too much for you, I do this most every time with John and me. I'll make 2 small casseroles instead of putting this in one big 9x13, and I will freeze one, and it does freeze wonderfully. And you certainly can put it in the oven and have it a whole other time. Okay, y'all, just long enough to let my cheese get melted, and I'm gonna see y'all back over in the kitchen, and we're gonna put this in a dish. I moved y'all back around here into the kitchen so y'all could see how I'm going to do it. If you want to leave it just in the pot, I do that many times in the house. But today I'm going to do it just a little extra special because I want to put these toasted jalapenos on top instead of in my cheese or in that RO-TEL. However, something I tasted this a little while ago, a minute ago, and honestly, I'm missing my can of RO-TEL in it. I know I'm going to put jalapenos on the top, but I'm missing it. So I'm going to add it, guys. Let me get it. John and I we like spicy. We like spicy stuff. So I'm going to add it. You taste it and see. But I do want to put it. And I put it with the juice and all. And our extra jalapenos on top would just be a little extra spicy, right? Right? Yeah. So 1 can of these diced tomatoes and green chilies. Yum. I'm going to stir this in. And again, I'm going to say it depends on how juicy you like this or not. Remember, you know, it'll dry a little bit when you cook it in the oven. And your noodles do need to continue to cook, but they will. They will. So, that all depends on you. Now, let me taste one more time. I'm going to get me a little jalapeno crisp, too, and see if I'm going to like this. See if I'm going to like this. Let's see here, guys. Get me a little piece of chicken. A little, one of those seasoned tomatoes, those spicy tomatoes. It's hard to get a bite on TV, isn't it? Yes. All right, y'all. I have sprayed with non-stick cooking spray my 9x13 dish. And I'm going to gracefully try to put some of this in here with y'all. Right? Grace is not my middle name. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I'm making a royale mess is what I'm doing. All right, y'all. Let's see here. I need to get some of that middle part with all the chicken in it. Y'all see this is a ton. Making sure y'all can see. So I'm going to make 2 of these, and I'm going to share one with my mama and daddy. My mother and my mom and daddy have gotten older, like all us parents, our parents do, and all of us are going to do, right? Lord willing. So I'm going to make them a little care package with some of this, because this is going to be plenty for John and me. Don't y'all think? We can eat it. We can eat it left over for lunch the next day too if we want to. Get some of that juice in the bottom in here. Okay, guys, let me clean this up a bit. That bothers me. bothers me, bothers me. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Clean up my cheesy mess on the outside. Okay. Now, here we are with our beautiful little casserole supper. I can go out and mow to my heart's content, can I? I know it. Something I want to put is about a cup of some shredded cheddars, what I had in the refrigerator. Like I say, this is a pantry dish, so don't go out and buy anything, just any kind of cheese you have. And you don't have to do this part, but I'm gonna. Just about a cup of this cheddar ought to cover this really nicely. Yeah, just like that. I think I've got some more in the house that I can put on my mama and daddy's casserole too. And these fried crispy little jalapenos, they're made by French's, and I've seen them in Brookshire's and Walmart in a small container like the little crispy fried onions. But y'all know Sam's, you buy this much of it. But I thought I would put it on this. You can make jalapeno popper dip, which I love to do with this. I saw you could do a cheese ball and grind this up and put it in there and then coat your cheese ball in it. Tomorrow night we're going to have chicken breast salads. Or maybe not after tomorrow, just depends on how we feel. But I thought this would be real good on a salad. It even says that on the bag. And so you can just use your imagination. And I just said this. I said this will be real good on that cheesy chicken spaghetti casserole. And it will be, won't it? Yes. Got to taste one more. I wish I could taste these. They are good. Very, very, very good. Okay, guys. Into an oven. 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. And that's if it's warm like this. If it's frozen, you might have to do it longer till it gets hot and bubbly all throughout. Then for another 10 minutes or so, I'll take the top off so it can crisp up those jalapenos and maybe melt the cheese or toast the cheese a little bit. And then it's ready to eat. And if I have time, I'll get back on here. I'll have to take all my cameras up there and we'll get John to bless it this evening. And that'll be it, guys. And I will see y'all next time. But I'll try to get back on here with y'all. I promise. Oh, no, there's something else I want to tell y'all about. I'm going to slide this in the refrigerator right now. Let me be right back. There we go. Now I'm ready to mow. Yes, I am. I got a sweet card in the mail. I went and checked my mail this morning too. And I just opened this from Lisa in Carrollton, Kentucky. Hey, Lisa, do you recognize your little envelope? And she got me a purple card. Yes, she did. How sweet. It says, see what a card can do on the back. And that is the truth. That's all it is. Just a card, a sweet note. Can do so much. It says, just a card to say you're amazing. I couldn't wait for a special occasion. Thank you so much, Lisa. You're amazing for doing this for me. You brighten my day so much. You just don't know how much these little cards of encouragement are to me. And Lisa says, Amy, I just wanted to let you know how much your sweet spirit blesses me. I look forward to watching you. God bless, your friend, Lisa. And Lisa, you know, I'm not going to say your last name, girl, but I thank you so much. And of course, I'm saving this and going to put it on my board. And I love to just look at these occasionally. And if I'm feeling down or down and out, you know, we get that way. I love to read these and see how much such good friends some of us are, and I appreciate it so much, Lisa. Thank you so very much. And thank you for looking for a purple card for me. I know that probably made it a little difficult, but I appreciate your effort. I certainly do. All right, y'all. The yard's not mowing itself, is it? I know it. So I'm going to get out there, and I'll be back later, and we will get John on here. See y'all then. Hey, y'all. I finished mowing and John drove up when I was in the garden hoeing. And so we visited out there for a minute, and this got finished baking in here. It looks so good. Can y'all see it? Can everybody see it? What'd you say about it, baby?
I said, I don't know if you made enough. You may have to eat something else for supper. I'm going to eat a lot of that.
Y'all see it? Doesn't it look good? Yum!
It looks great.
John's gonna say the blessing, then we're gonna see if get him to taste it, see if he likes it.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this day. Lord, I just ask you, please just bless this meal. Be with us, Lord. Just lead, guide, and direct us. Forgive us when we fail you, Lord. Be with the people in our prayers. Be with our nation. We love you so much. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay, y'all. This will just be a little taste test because John and I are going to go sit on the porch swing and watch the sun go down and the cows. We're going to watch them grazing, aren't we, baby?
Yeah.
We moved them across from behind our house yesterday evening, so they're right across the road so we can watch them. Woo, this is hot, baby.
That is hot. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I can't wait for you to taste these crispy jalapenos, though. Baby, I'm scared for you.
You scared? I'm not scared.
You're not scared. Remember,
I'm not
it's
scared.
hot. Get you a crispy
I gotta
jalapeno.
get some of all of it,
You see,
so-
there's a piece of
Yeah,
chicken.
piece of
Now,
chicken.
let that cool off for a minute. Tell everybody what you think, baby, when you can.
It might have been just a little too hot to put in my mouth, but it sure was good.
I thought it was a little too hot to put in your mouth. I want to try it too.
It's good. It's real good.
Ooh, this would be a nice little appetizer. You like those little crunchy jalapenos on the top? Get you one. Aren't they good?
They are good.
Those would be good on a salad, wouldn't they? Or a pizza. They had that on the bag too. You
Yeah.
want one more bite? I see
do.
another bite of chicken.
I do want another bite.
You got your bowl too,
I
baby?
do, baby.
All right, guys. We are going to walk up to the house and sit in the swing for a little bit. I'm going to cover this. I bet I can get my boyfriend over here to carry it to the house for
I
me.
bet so.
I bet I can. I bet he will. He's sweet like that. He's sweet like that, my boyfriend is. Okay, guys. We'll see y'all later. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.